Hey, welcome. Today, we're diving into something really powerful. 7 simple, but seriously profound steps to completely reset your mind. All right, let's just get right to it with a really important question. I want you to think about this for a second. Do you just collect information? Scrolling, watching explainers just like this one? Or do you actually apply what you learn to change your life? Because let me tell you, that difference is everything. And that's exactly what we're getting into today. So the entire idea we're about to unpack, it's all built on one simple core scientific principle. You've probably heard of it, the first law of thermodynamics. Basically, energy is never created or destroyed, it just changes form. I want you to hold on to that thought, because it's the absolute key to figuring out where all your mental energy is actually going.
So yeah, where is all that energy going? Well, we're going to look at all the ways you're wasting it every single day, probably without even realizing it. And what's even more important, we're going to talk about how to get it back, how to reclaim it so you can start building the life you actually want.
And that brings us to the very first step you can take. Step 1 is all about conserving your creative energy. And this is huge. We're talking about tapping into this primal power source that you already have inside you. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The source talks about something called the Muladhara chakra. Now, what is that? Well, think of it as your body's creative energy center. It's where your drive comes from, your focus, that urge to go out and build things. But here's the catch. It can be disturbed. And the source is pretty specific, pointing to things like excessive masturbation as a major drain on this vital energy. And that right there is the whole idea behind practices like NoFap. Okay, but what about the flip side? What happens when you conserve this energy instead of wasting it? Well, the source brings up that classic book, Think and Grow Rich, where, get this, hundreds of successful people said this was their secret. They transmuted that energy. And the benefits people report are just incredible. We're talking about a better mood, laser-like concentration, even increased muscle growth. Your confidence skyrockets, and you might even find yourself becoming more attractive to other people. So here we go. The very first challenge, the first real step to reprogramming your mind is to follow NoFap for just 7 days. That's it, just 7 days to see what happens when you start conserving this powerful energy instead of just letting it go. But, let's be real for a second. That's not exactly easy to do in the world we live in today, right? Which brings us perfectly to steps 2 and 3, reclaiming your attention. It's all about escaping that digital drain that makes step 1 feel almost impossible sometimes. Okay, step 2 is super practical. You need to reset your social media algorithm. Think about it. The stuff you watch and read, it shapes how you think and act on a really deep level. So it's time to take back control. Here's how. Either start fresh with a new account or just clear all your data. Then go through and unfollow all the distracting junk accounts. Next, and this is key, find 10 or 12 productive pages, people you really admire, and follow them. And don't just follow, engage with their stuff. You have to literally teach the algorithm what you want to see. All right, next up is step 3. You have to stop the zombie scrolling. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that mindless swiping you do. You're not even thinking, you're just scrolling. The source makes such a powerful point here. Your mind is not a trash can, right? So why are we spending hours every single day just dumping digital garbage into it? I mean, it's content like this, right? Stuff from some viral video where someone says, this isn't cake, this is real. It's total nonsense. It's just designed to be absurd and hijack your attention for a split second. Or how about this one? I'm in the toilet, look inside this. Like what? There's absolutely no point to it. This is the exact kind of brain-rotting content that just lowers your mental standards and completely drains your energy. And listen, this effect isn't just a feeling, it's real, and it's measurable. Get this, a Microsoft study back in 2015 found that our average attention span has collapsed to just 8.4 seconds. Seriously, just think about that for a moment. We can barely focus for longer than a goldfish. And it's all because of the kind of content we're constantly feeding our brains. So what does that really mean for you? It means that every single time you quickly swipe past a video you don't like, you're literally practicing distraction. You're not practicing focus. You're training your brain to have zero patience. And then, of course, the important stuff like studying or doing deep work or building a new habit, it all starts to feel incredibly, painfully boring.
Okay, so we've talked about the external drains. Now it's time to turn inward. And this is where the real work begins. Steps 4 and 5 are all about mastering your focus and forging a powerful, disciplined mind from the inside out.
So our brain really only operates in two modes. On one hand, you've got intentional thinking. This is when you're focused, you're creative, you're solving a problem. This is what produces actual results. But then there's unconscious wandering. When your mind is just drifting, stuck in the past, or worrying about the future. That stuff just drains your energy and produces absolutely nothing. So what's the fix? How do you stop all that energy leaking overthinking? Well, the solution is actually incredibly simple, but so powerful. Replace overthinking with action. That's it. The second you catch your mind wandering off, just do something. Write, record, do some work, anything. Action is the anchor that pulls you right back into the present moment. And that leads us right into step 5, deep work sessions. The source makes a bold claim here. In a world that's addicted to distraction, the ability to actually focus is going to be the most valuable skill of the future. And the method is pretty straightforward. You schedule 4 sessions a day, about 60 to 90 minutes each, and during that time, you remove all distractions. No phone, no notifications, and you force yourself to stay on task. It's literally like a workout for your focus muscle. And just like the gym, consistency is everything. And now we've finally reached the ultimate goal. This is what it's all been building towards. Steps 6 and 7, the power of presence. The most powerful thing in the entire world is a silent mind. That's the real goal here. And the source explains that things like exercise and meditation, they don't just keep you sharp, they help you quiet all that internal noise. See, when you stop wasting energy on all those drains we talked about, it starts to build up, it accumulates, and that's when you really begin to feel its power. So step 7 is how you put this into practice every day. You have to live in real time. It just means being fully present with whatever you're doing. So when you're eating, you're just eating, not scrolling, not watching TV. When you're walking, you just walk. Now, look, your mind is going to wander. That's just what minds do. The real practice is to gently, without any judgment, just bring it back to what you're doing over and over and over again. And this right here, this is the ultimate reward for all that work. As it says in the Bhagavad Gita, the one who controls his mind cannot be disturbed by anything and can achieve anything easily. I mean, wow, that's the kind of power you unlock when you build this discipline. So please, remember, this is not a one-time fix. It's a practice. It's a lifestyle. Start with just 7 days. Just see how you feel. Then maybe you push it to 15 days, then 30. The more you practice these steps, the more of your own energy you'll reclaim. And the more magical, as the source puts it, your life is going to become. And that brings us right back to where we started. Remember that question? Information is absolutely useless if you don't apply it. So your 7-day challenge to reset your mind, it starts right now. The only question left is, are you ready?